Hello, my coloring friends. I'm here today to do my finished pages video, finally. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. I have my Amanda Colors planner here. She has a channel here on YouTube. I will leave her here and I will link her below in the description. She made this planner for everybody last year and it is absolutely wonderful. It also has coloring pages if you don't know, which I don't know who doesn't know at this point, but just in case, it's available for purchase on Amazon. And I colored this page with Amanda to celebrate the new book. I was so excited to do a page with her. I did this with alcohol markers, jelly rolls, Archer and Olive gel pens, and Anko pencils in order to celebrate that Amanda's from Australia, because Anko is a brand that is found in, I believe, Australian Kmart, and I have a full set of them, and I don't use them very often, so I thought it would be fun to use them on this page. And you can see Amanda's page over here. I love the bright colors that she used, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of what she does in this book because her coloring is beautiful. Her alcohol marker work is really, really good. So technically this would count as my first page of the month, and it would also count as my first book that was uncolored in or previously untouched. That is something that I will be focusing on for the rest of the year, is untouched books. And for January, I was focusing on birthday pages and zodiac pages because I have a few books that I'm not coloring in and I would really like to use. If you're interested in the stats that are contained in the book, please wait till the end of the video. I'm really going to focus on finished pages. And then for the people who are numbers minded, I will have that information at the end. I will be mixing buddy colors with my own personal colorings that I've done alone, because I'm going to do my books by size so that it's easier for me to zoom in and out when the books get smaller. So the first book I colored in is Adventuring. This is by Sugah Sweet, and this is the first page I have done in this book, and here it is. I saw that Jody, J.I. Colorist here on YouTube, had a set of pencils called Four Candies. They must have come out while I was gone because I had not seen or heard of them before, and I'm sure they exist before I knew about them. The pages that she colored with them look lovely, so I looked them up on Amazon, and I found out that they come in a set of 24. And if you don't know about them, they're mechanical pencils. They come with a sharpener. They come with extra lead. They performed a lot better than I expected. I don't know what I actually expected, but I was really pleasantly surprised by the quality of them. And this whole page was done with them, every last bit of it, including the very dark parts of his eyes and the back of this headgear. Absolutely enjoyed using them. And we do a lot of D&D in our house, so I have a lot of the Critical Role books. I have two. There's a third one I still haven't gotten, but I will be getting. And now I have both of these, and I have the official D&D book, which is very cool. So I really just want to start coloring in the things I bought because how awesome they are, and they just don't need to sit on a shelf anymore. My third page of the month comes from Sugah Sweet as well. This is called Too Cute. This is absolutely a cute book. This is a buddy color with my friend Valerie. We did this page. I didn't know what to do with these images as they are two images that may not be related on each page. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. I wasn't quite sure how to approach it, so I wound up putting both of them in rectangles so that it was easier for me to focus on one at a time and treat them kind of like different images like they are. I'll put Valerie's here. I love that Valerie used really soft pastels. The colors are even soft, and she used the stencils on it. It's just beautiful. I went with markers because it seemed the easiest way to approach it. I did go about adding pencil to it. I've got some Staedtler Ergo Soft, just doing some light shading on specifically the clouds and the unicorns. There was already like a grayscale shade to this to begin with. But I do like how it turned out, and I love how Valerie's turned out as well. We also have another buddy color in this book for February. My next pages, 4 and 5, are in Floating 3D Mandalas by Tabitha L. Barnett. This is a project book I have with my friend Sherry on Instagram. And this is one of the pages we did. My page is all alcohol markers with the smallest amount of jelly roll in the center. About halfway through trying to color this, I realized all I've done is recreated Christmas in January. And then we have Sherry, who did a beautiful job. It's so light and sweet, and it's just reminding me of spring. The contrast between these two is incredible. I tend to look at these as relaxation books, so I usually only use alcohol markers, whereas Sherry goes all out. There's shading, there's pencils, there's everything at it, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And I'm so glad that she still likes to color these with me, even though I don't really put a lot of effort in. And the other page we did this month, I used a color cube card. I cannot remember which number it was, and I did not write it down. I should have really done that. Again, here's Sherry's, here's mine. Mine's all alcohol marker, absolutely nothing else. And then Sherry's over here with her metallics and glitter, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I also love that we both color in different bits of it. Like, she leaves a lot of white spaces, and it makes it look really interesting and just gives it another focal point to look at rather than just coloring in the whole thing. Page 6 that I did this month is by far the worst page I've colored. This was done in Chibi Girls by Jade Summer. This is a gift from my friend Deb, and that's also who I buddy colored with. I just had trouble from the start with this page. Everything I added to it seemed to make it a little bit worse. And that's okay. Not every page is going to be your best page. I do like to share my... I hesitate to use the word failing. I hesitate to show the things that don't really make me happy. But I also do want to show them because everybody needs to see that not every page is going to be, a great one or one that you're particularly happy with. Contrasted with Deb's, hers is like by far like absolutely adorable. I love everything she did to her page. We've used a lot of the same types of colors, but hers just came out right. And it's because she's skilled and she knows what she's doing with grayscale and markers, and I still struggle a little bit with that. But her hair, the hair she did on hers, I'm not sure where that will be here, and I'm going to get my hand out of the way so you could just look at how beautiful it is. The hair is absolutely beautiful. I love the window and the sky, and especially her trees. I just love how she did those. And that's something I'm going to have to look at later and see if I can kind of recreate that for myself in something. But yeah, this is a page we've done. This is the second page I've done in here, so it's doesn't count as a first time coloring in an untouched book, but it is another page with my friend, and it was fun to do. Pages 7, 8, 9, and 10 come from Celestial by Gabriel Piccolo. I've had this book since 2017, and I've never colored in it. And I wanted to get a start on that. I did Capricorn's pages. This book is all about the arrows. I should turn to the beginning so you can see it is also a journal. There you go. It's to help you find your center and to structure your daily routines around your own personality traits. So, yeah, it's an interesting book. We've got guiding arrows. I have to admit, say that I forgot to color in the arrow that's in the front of the book, so I'll have to go back with my same pencils and try again to remember to do it. This is the Capricorn arrow here. I used Art and Fly pencils and Jelly Roll metallics. Not a lot of them. Just for these diamonds here, they're just the copper and like a jade green color. But everything else was the Art and Fly pencils. I was hoping to get Aquarius done as well, but I do have to the middle of February to get to that because I did not get to it this month. I did the 2 arrows over here with the banner, and then over here I've got the person for the month, and this says focused and patient, which is 2 of the qualities of Capricorn. And then I've got another page to journal. another page journal, and just a tiny arrow here. And yes, I'm still counting that as a finished page because it is. So that was Celestial by Gabriel Piccolo. Page 11 is in Shooting Star by Maria Trolle. This was a buddy color with my friend Cindy on Instagram. And this is what I love about buddy colors. These could not be more completely different, and I just love them both. So I'm going to put hers here, and you could see there's just nothing similar about it except it came from the same book and it's the same page. I've got clouds, she's got grass, I have green mushrooms, her mushrooms are multicolored and adorable. Everything on her page is so bright and happy, and I really love that. And I like that mine's a little more moody and a little more nighttime. That was a fun page to do. Thank you for that one, Cindy. It was interesting to see how we both went in completely different directions. And then we're on page 12 and 13, I believe. This is Cute Zodiac Coloring Book. This is by Lorien. I saw this on Jamie's Coloring Love, like probably 2 or 3 years ago. And I purchased it and then hadn't colored in it, so I really wanted to get to it. So here we are. I did do the Capricorn page. Okay, that's her cheeks. I thought there was a little hair there. I used a color palette that I found on Pinterest. I'll leave that here so you can see it. That's why she's got like kind of a darker brown and the blues and the teals. I just added a circle around her because it was just a floating mermaid. And for whatever reason, I actually used a stencil to put these circles in the background when I could have just freehanded it. But it's done. Then I did Aquarius because these pages were a lot quicker and easier, and they're all alcohol marker. This one had Mod Podge glitter on it and just alcohol marker. Oh, paint pen for these little, the fin and the center and the fin on the little doll. This again was just alcohol marker. I have some gold jelly roll for the crown and for on the vase, and then, well, urn, I guess, because it's Aquarius. And then I used alcohol marker for the water. I probably should have done that a lighter color, but that's what color it is. Also used a color palette. I'll leave that over here. Same place. I got it from Pinterest. And again, I just added a circle behind her to just have something to ground her on. I did have an accident, so when I get to Pisces in February, well, it is February, this month, I will have some extra work to do to figure out how to cover that up. But there are 3 sets of images in this book. 3. And they're all little characters just in the middle of the page. So I'm going to have to kind of be creative and figure out ways to make them look different so they're not all circles. On to page 14. This is the first time coloring in this book. It was also the first time for Cute Zodiac, in case I forgot to say it. But this is Mythographic Wild Summer. I did a buddy color with my friend Stephanie in this. And here she is. It's this little pig with the balloons. Like I said, I was trying to focus on birthday type pages. So Zodiac and anything like looks like a party. So there's balloons everywhere. That counts. This is the first page I've done in here. It was also Stephanie's first time doing a page in this book. So that was pretty fun. When we started this page, it appeared rather simple, and then by the time we got really into it, it started to take on a life of its own, and there's so many little windows and so many little bits and pieces to it that it took quite a while, but it was an enjoyable page. I like how I did the clouds pink, and I like that this pig is just really popping off the page. And then when you look at Stephanie's, I'm really like into how she did the blush on her pink, and that the little girl is wearing a little pink dress. It was absolutely adorable. And the fact that she wrote Happy Birthday Ellie on her page just made me smile. Thank you for that, Stephanie. That was super sweet. But I liked seeing how different our pages were. Again, that's like, I think the most interesting thing about buddy colors is seeing how closely they match and how much they differ, because it's just an interesting thing to me. I don't know. But that was our page in Mythographic Wild Summer. And I'm looking forward to the buddy colors that we have for February. Page 15 is in Color Me Christmas for Kids. This is a Cider Mill Press book. by Ella Jarzabek, perhaps. This was a buddy color with my friend Jackie. And this is one where we see some similarities. This is technically my first page in the book, but I did a different page with Jackie and Deb last month, and I had printed it out on watercolor paper. So technically I have 2 pages, but one is not in the book. I used alcohol markers, mark art pencils, which Jackie told me about. Way to look out for me, Jackie. Those were pretty awesome. I just used them for some shading on all the kids' clothes. I also used acrylic paint pens for around the snow angels and for some of the scarf fringes if it had it. I think that's the only, oh, and inside the evergreen boughs just to add a little bit of texture. And then on Jackie's page, I really love how rosy she got her cheeks. I did try, I just don't feel like mine look as natural as hers do. And I think that's awesome. She's always really good with skin tones, where I'm still kind of trying to find my way around that. But again, you know, we both got the same kind of color scheme, because really all you can go is blue for snow or pink, which I have done as well. But we did match up, and I like that too. So that was our page in Color Me Christmas. Page 16 is in A Million Cute Animals. This is not the first time I've colored in here, and I will be coloring it again in February. This was a page I did with Jody, JI Colorist, here on YouTube. She's trying to finish this book, so she put out a call for buddy colors, and I gladly took her up on that because I don't color in this book a lot. So we did this page, and this is incredibly bright, brighter than most of the stuff I actually do, and I really like it. I used black acrylic paint in the background to just cover up all that white. Then I based everything in water-based markers, and I went over it with Muji pencils, and I used Jelly Roll for just various parts of the page to just add a little more visual interest. I have Jody's here, and Jody's page is so bright and happy, and it makes me smile just looking at it. I really like that we had a lot of things in common without talking about it. We both have like a lot of pink flowers at the top. Our sloths are very similar. Sorry, that one's a tough one. And then this one as well. And of course the mushrooms are kind of similar too, but our cats are almost the same color. I just think that's really cool that without talking we had that much in common. We could have went anywhere with the flowers. We could have went anywhere with the cats, and they match. So that was neat. And I'm excited to color with Jody again for February in that book. Page number 17 is also one I've colored in before. This is A Million Owls, also by Lulu Mayo. And I did this page. Well, no, you could see I colored in it before. It's right there. But I did these owls that were married. I was talking to my friend Jackie and was saying how I don't really use my ink tints hardly ever. I only have a 24 pack of them because I don't utilize them. I don't reach for them often. So I said I was going to pull them out and see what I could use them in. And she uses hers quite a bit. So I asked her what book I should try them in. And she said to do Lulu Mayo. And I did. I have a little bit of ghosting here, which is from the black. So that's kind of understandable. And that is about all that happened. I have a little bit of wrinkling, but that's to be expected. I used water. I do like how it turned out. It did make the page go faster, which that's not always a thing that I'm looking for when I color. I'm just looking to color and have a good time. And sometimes if something gets faster because of it, that's nice too. I did go over everything, or most things, with Giorgione pencils just to get some more shading, because I wasn't feeling very confident about using the Derwent Inktense for shading. This is one of my least favorite Lulu Mayo books because I'm not really a fan of birds, but I still bought it because I love her style. So this is why I chose to experiment in here. And it did turn out nice, and I want to do it again. So there will probably be another Million Owls page coming soon. And I also used a little bit of jelly roll on the dandelions and the diamond. And that it was that simple, and it really was a quick page. So that was A Million Owls by Lulu Mayo. Page 18 is in Callus, which is Party by Hanna Karlzon. This is a page with my friend Jackie again. And again, it's covering my birthday. Let me get that out of there. And there's also a... and there's also a video on the channel showing how I did this background, because Jackie had asked me and I did one for a video just for her. And then I thought, let's just do a voiceover and send it out and let everybody see it if they wanted to. I had a great time doing this page. I love My Little Pony, and that's very much what's happening on this page. I love coloring food, and I love pastel colors. So this was a blast. Here's Jackie's over here. I think she also had fun because it looks like it. This page is also absolutely adorable. It's too stinking cute. For mine, I used Posca pencils. I used jelly roll just for the strawberries and some highlights. The jelly roll is gold. It's on the wing and the horn, and then down here on the cake cup. I used some other gel pens to do these little dots that were on the page, and also the sprinkles. And then I did the background with chalk pastels and a couple of erasers, and I sprayed it with fixative when it was done, since it was chalk pastels. But all in all, I love how this turned out. And again, Jackie's was absolutely adorable. I love the sky background on it. It's absolutely gorgeous. And the colors she chose for her pony are so cute. So, Jackie, thank you for all the buddy colors this month, but this one I think was my favorite. From that, there's another buddy color. This is book 19, I believe. This was another buddy color with Jackie. This is the first time coloring in this book. This is also for birthday. We did the title page, or the nameplate in this one. Right here, this is Rymden, which is Space by Hanna Karlzon. It's another one of the kids' books that she had put out. And we did these balloons, which was just a super good time. I took her cloud background from Callus and transferred it into Rymden for me. I used a distress oxide for that, and obviously a cloud stencil. There's no way I would freehand any of that. I used Tombow markers to do my name. I used the jelly roll for the highlights and for around my name as well. And I used Crayola signature pencils for all the balloons and everything. This is Paint Pen, I was going to say balloon stems. The balloon strings are all Paint Pen. And I used jelly roll glaze for the stars, mouths, and eyes, and the moon's eye as well. This was a lot of fun. I love Jackie's background that she did. I think it's awesome. And I also like that her strings were rainbow colored, because I just thought brown and went with brown, and I really like that little detail. It made it look extra special. Pages 20 and 21 are in Miniature Enchanted Forest by Johanna Basford. Every once in a while, I get to itch to color something very, very tiny, and I'm good for a minute now. I did these 2 pages. I used Archer and Olive gel pens that I had. The colors are absolutely exquisite. If there's a glare, I'm sorry, because they are a little plasticky looking, which I enjoy. But this page has little tiny ladybugs over here, both places. And that's where I started. And then I put the teals in and was like, oh, we need green. And then I found that orange, and then I found this red. It looks kind of fallish to me, or late summer, like August time, but I like it a lot. So this is what I've done in Enchanted Forest by Johanna Basford. Page 22 is in Millie Marotta's Animal Kingdom, also the mini edition. Like I said, I was on a kick. And in this book, I did what I believe is a moth. Not entirely sure. I did not. Did I? Maybe I did. I did. I did the moth on 1/12/25. I actually wrote it in the back, so that's neat. The moth is completely done with this Pilot G2.38 pen because it was sitting on my desk and I was sitting at my desk and it seemed like a good idea at the time. It still does. I wish the background was a little less splotchy. This was done with Distress ink, but I'm not going to fix it because it's good enough. It's done. I'm happy. Closing the book. That was number 22. And then 23 is in miniatures by Amanda Kastner. And I did this page. I have named all of them after characters in Jane Austen novels just because they look very Regency to me. So this was the page I chose to do this time, and it's Augusta. This was done with Dom's coloring pencils. I was just testing them out, and I do like how they work. They come in a set of 24. If they come in anything bigger, I've not seen it, but I did enjoy using these. I did use an alcohol marker, I believe, yes, for the purple bits here and here, just to make it a little easier because I didn't want to color that in with pencils. And that is my final page for the month. And like I said, I would go through and give my stats if you'd like them. And if you noticed, I'm using a different pencil on every page because I'm just trying to go through my pencils to decide what I want to keep. So that's something that will be coming up soon as some videos about my pencils. Ignore all my scratches, but I have 11 buddy colors. I have finished 23 pages in 17 books, and 9 of those were untouched. So that is not bad for a month, for me anyway. So until next time, my friends, have yourselves a very colorful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.